Well, his was.
It depends on
It depends on laptop.
Some people strike the keys
like they're striking
they
typewriters.
want to both through the keyboard.
Seriously speaking, some people type so fast and sound so loud, and it is a distraction to other people who are probably just reading the paper or reading a book, you know, and you have to be sensitive to that. Again, with noise making, is the phone. Is the phone. So not only is your ringtone an issue, in public places, be mindful of the kind of ringtone. So you saw that lady, her ringtone was loud, and it kept going on. She didn't even answer it after 3 rings. It was ringing and ringing and ringing. And of course, by the time she answers it, she's having this long conversation, which is equally loud.
Okay, let me ask this question, since you brought up the issue of the ringtone. You want to make a call. Like, he was there. Let's just say he had some level of decorum.
Right.
And he needs to make a call, but he doesn't want to stop typing.
Right.
So he dials the number and puts it on the
loudspeaker.
Okay, hold on. Normally you'll hear something like boom, boom, I mean that kind of sound.
Yeah.
But these days you have these callback tunes that play, and some of them are really loud.
Yes.
So
yes.
what do you do?
Well, if you know what comes on your phone, you know, most times...
You may not know. I mean...
Well, you're very
because
right.
some of those callback tunes, you don't subscribe.
They're automatic.
Automatic.
Yes, they're automatic. But once you know you're in a private zone, I think in such environments like that, and you're working, you know, you can have, your ringtone could just be bim, or you could just have it on silent, or better still, on vibration. Okay, because sometimes in such environments, they will even come up to you and tell you, please, sir, can you just lower your tone a little bit? And then that's embarrassing. That's quite embarrassing. And of course, talking about the same noise too, conversation on the phone is one kind of noise. Conversation face to face is even worse. So you could see them having their chat very loud, very lousy, quite noisy. But again too, must everyone hear your conversation? You see, must everyone hear your and then if it's a business conversation, confidentiality is equally key, you know.
Okay.
Any callers?
I was going to ask you a question. Okay, I asked a question about the ringtone and the callback tunes.
Yes.
But let's leave that aside. Walking into you walk into a hotel lobby to have a meeting.
Yes.
And you're seated, you're having your meeting. Again, you have some level of decorum.
Okay.
You're not
yes.
Then a friend of yours you've not seen in, say, 25 years.
Yes.
Is coming down the stairs or just walks out of the lift.
Yeah.
What should be your reaction? You know, usually, especially for the female folk, what they do,
yeah, but you're in public.
Yeah. But that's what you need to be mindful of.
25 years. You mean you've not seen this person?
You know what? It actually happens. Sometimes I could be like, wow. And I'm like, okay. I remember where I am. I remember where I am. And I'm like, okay, I curtail myself. Because, you know, spontaneous action you can't control. But then immediately you understand where you are and you take action. And that's what it's all about. You know, at least conducting yourself properly so that people don't turn eyes and look at you in a wild while. Yeah, no decorum. That person's so rude. You know, but the hotel lounge really, it's public. A lot of people are there. You have to be very mindful, you know, even down to respecting people's space. Sometimes you see 4 chairs and a table. You see 2 people actually having a meeting or a conversation, and then you're looking for somewhere to sit. There are many places for you to sit, but then you decide to sit right next to somebody. Maybe you're sitting there because for some reason there's a plug on the wall and you actually want to charge your phone, and then you sit down, and that's an inconvenience to those people. Eventually you see them stand up and look for somewhere else to sit. Or why not charge your phone before you go to such environments? Because at the end of the day, you have to respect people's privacy, you know.
Okay.
Do we have phone
well, the phone lines are open. You can call in if you want to ask some other questions. Okay, but we're just talking hotel lobby here, but assuming it's a restaurant,
right?
Should the same principles, should the same etiquette apply?
Absolutely.
Walk into a restaurant, don't be too loud and all of that.
Absolutely, because other people are there. for the ambience, to enjoy themselves, to have fun. Why intrude on other people's privacy? You know, sometimes you can go to such public places and then you take your children as well. And the children are running up and down and making so much noise. It's up to you to control your children. Some people say, oh, let them play, let them play. But you know what? Really and truly speaking, there are some environments where they're convenient for children, conducive for children, and there are some that are not. And you have to be mindful where you take your children so that you're not inconveniencing other people. It only makes common sense. And it's teaching your children as well to be respectful.
Okay.
All right. I also say don't hug space. So you are there for a meeting, like I said earlier. Timing is key. Don't hug space. Other people are looking for somewhere to sit.
Janet, can you just hold on a moment? We do have
Okay.
a caller. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Mimi,
Okay,
go ahead.
am I on to Sunrise Daily?
Yes, you are.
Sunrise.
Okay, I just want to find out what is the best position for a man, because sometimes you go to a lounge like that, you see men just sit down and just like throw their legs open. Is it right?
Okay.
Because I know women, normally they will sit and maybe clap their legs and all that, but sometimes you just see men just leave their leg open. I mean, what's the right
sitting
or
position.
the right sitting position for a man?
Okay.
That's an interesting one. The right sitting position, but she's right to a large extent, because sometimes some people generally feel very comfortable where they are. So like we said, turning the hotel lounge into your study and then into your private living room, so you forget where you are, as you can see. Of course, putting your feet on the table is a no-no in terms of sitting. Absolutely not. But then again, I think for men, if you're in a business environment, you're still going to be very corporate in your conduct, and therefore sitting, I can't tell men not to sit with their legs, you know,
Apart.
no, close like this, because at the end of the day, when you're like this as a man, you become too stiff and totally uncomfortable. But there's a way men will sit that is very comfortable, that is not intruding, that is not, you know, offensive, you know. And I guess slightly apart are the two knees, not wide apart, okay? Remembering where you are. And that's about it. I would say like 5 inches apart is fine for men. And a man knows when he's sitting comfortably, you know, and he knows when he's sitting in a very social way. And he has to remember, you do not want to offend other people around you, so you have to be sensitive. I guess it's more for women. When women are sitting down in a public place, they need to remember they're not at home. And therefore, they need to take more cognizance of how they sit down, because no one's going to tell you when you sit in a way that is not appropriate.
You know,
Yes.
well, some other people might ask, should there be a mannerism to sitting for men? I mean, maybe
I
I'm sure. Maybe
actually teach it in my training, and I don't know if this is the environment to do that. But yeah, there is definitely a way that a man should sit, because at the end of the day, your body language is key. Your sitting position does affect your body language. So your posture, you do not want to be found slopping. You need to be sitting upright at all times. That's how you'll be taken seriously at the end of the day. So your back has to be straight. Your feet need to be well positioned, okay? Your hands need to be in control and not everywhere. And that's what is key when it comes to body language.
All right, thank you so much, Janet. This is where we'll have to drop the curtains on this. Thank you, Janet, once again. It's been an interesting one.
Yes, it
As
has.
usual.
As usual. We'll be back shortly for the home stretch. Please don't go.